Do you ever sometimes look at your cat, if you have a cat, and just wonder, like, what are they thinking? Because, like, personally, I feel like my cat lives a life of luxury. Like, this cat gets so much attention, so many cuddles, so many hugs and squeezes that he probably doesn't even care about. Like, he just cares about eating, resting, chasing things, opening closed doors, which he doesn't like, and then, you know, napping like crazy. But sometimes he'll have a look in his eyes that's really intense. You know, like how cats get because they're intense, which is one of the many things that I love about cats. And I just wonder, like, what are they thinking? I bet you they could teach us stuff. I mean, they do teach us stuff, but, like, I bet you they have, like, even more wisdom that they could, like, give if they could, like, talk. But then that would probably be a problem. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with this. It's just that whenever I record, usually my cat is here. Okay, his eyes are finally closed now. Okay, his one eye just opened. It just closed. Okay, so you're probably wondering, maybe, or you're noticing that I'm not wearing any makeup, or rather I'm wearing a lot less makeup. Basically, I'm not wearing any foundation. I did my brows, I put on some lip gloss, and that's it. Because I just, you know, I don't always feel like wearing makeup, and I don't feel like it's necessary to have my full face on, or at least I don't want it to be absolutely like necessary for me to have a full face of makeup on, just because I'm talking about makeup. And you might also notice that I'm fanning myself because it's hot. It is November like 18 or 17. Yes, I know it's bad that I don't know what day it is, but it's one of those days. And it's probably cold outside. It's been cold, but inside my apartment, it's really hot. It's never cold in my apartment. It's always warm because the heat's always on. I just wanted to explain the Hello Kitty fan. I will not use it through the entire video, but for right now, I just need it. This video is gonna be about my 2018 all-time favorites. So I actually have listed things in order for this video. I did a little bit of organization. I will also do a skin care check-in at the end of this, so we can talk about all my lovely little like acne scarring and just basically what's been going on with my skin. I figured not wearing makeup would be a good way to talk about that as well, because let's face it, like sometimes, you know, I come on a video and I do a full face of makeup and things of course look great because I'm wearing foundation and concealer and setting powder and all the right things to, you know, present myself as someone who knows how to relatively make my face look like everything is perfect. But underneath, this is what's really happening, and it is what's happening to a lot of us. So I just wanted to record this video with the least amount of makeup that I've ever worn on one of these videos, like maybe ever. I might have done one or two without, I don't remember. But this is how I used to wear my makeup in high school. Like all throughout high school, I never wore foundation. When I started wearing like foundational makeup, it was like powder. I would put like powder on my face. However, back in the day, I didn't have acne. I've never had like tons of acne, so putting on powder, like that just was enough for me. And I wasn't really thinking about makeup in the same way as I do now. I wasn't like a crazy makeup junkie addict, so I would just draw in my brows, put on some eyeliner, which was always down here, never up here, put on some lip gloss, lipstick, and then keep it pushing. Like I just never even thought about it the way that I do now. That being said, let's start off with my favorite makeup and skincare items of 2018. Starting with foundation. I won't even talk about the ones that are like runners up to my favorite foundation, because I do have some foundations that I really, really like, some that I love, but none more None more. Even if I've thought it in my mind, none have ever done so much of what I needed all in one foundation than the Pro Filt'r Fenty foundation. Mine is dirty and gross because, you know, white packaging does that, and I've gotten a lot of use out of it. My shade is Fold 20, and this is literally my skin in a bottle. Like, I had been using other foundations the past few months. I've been using NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I've been using my ColourPop foundation just because I realized that I had it and I hadn't been using it, and it's decent. And I also, you know, I'm gonna say my second runner up that I also really love is the Christian Dior Dior Skin Forever Skin foundation. Like, that formula is really incredible. But this foundation perfectly matches my skin. It's buildable, which I like. I don't, you know, I would definitely be open to finding a foundation that gives me like a super beat face look, but I'm not into that look every day. My ideal everyday foundation look is a natural buildable look, not cakey, not thick, not dry, and not super dewy. Although I'm tending more towards dewy lately than not, even though I have oily skin. But the Fenty Pro Filt'r foundation for me is a perfect match for my skin. Perfect. Like, when I put this on, it just feels like it's my skin but better. Like, there's no other foundation that I have ever tried thus far that matches my skin like this. It gives a kind of blurred effect. It's not super dry, but it has like this healthy glow that comes through it for me. And like I said, I had stopped using it for a while, and I just started using it again the last couple of days because I've been really trying to be careful and experimental about seeing how foundations affect my skin, and seeing if there are reactions to it. So I just started using it again, and I'm just like, why did I ever stop using this? It is a perfect match. I just love being able to look at my skin and just feel like, oh, this is my skin, and it just looks perfect. And not seeing it and looking like, oh yeah, I can tell I'm wearing makeup. It looks really good, but I can tell that it's foundation. This has always made my skin just look like my skin. And I love it. I hope they never change. I'm sad that I'm pretty much done with this bottle. I feel like this is, I don't know if I've gotten a second bottle yet. If I have, no, I haven't. I don't think so, because I had a 430, which is more yellowy but also looks good, but 420 is my perfect match. So I'm definitely gonna be getting another bottle of this. I've been in denial about it. I've been like, no, I don't want it to end. I'm just gonna keep pumping it, but it's pretty much over. So I'm gonna have to get another one. I think the reason why I've tried other foundations is because, you know, if it happens to be warmer out, like it does, you know, my oils break through quicker, but that's just because of my own skin. Other than that, this lives up to and has lived up to all of its claims to be a soft matte Longwear, naturally buildable medium foundation. For me, it's my favorite. Like, I come back to it and I'm always just like, why did I ever stop? So for my favorite concealer, that is a no-brainer, really easy one. It is the multi-use sculpting concealer by Born This Way. After I picked this up, I have not been using anything else since. I was wearing my LA Girl Pro Concealer before, in Fawn, I think it was. I picked this up after the Jackie Aina collaboration had launched. I was really excited about that, and I've been using nothing but this ever since. I use Maple. I love this because a little goes a long way. I put like 3, even 2 dabs on my lids to create a base for eyeshadow, and I blend it out with a brush. It covers everything. It is very opaque. It blends out really softly, And this is the perfect shade. It brings a lightness to my face that doesn't look crazy bright, and it doesn't match my skin so you actually see that there's a highlight, because that's how I use concealer. I use concealer for concealing and also for brightness, and this just works perfectly. I love it. I have been curious about Charlotte Tilbury after watching Kelsey Rihanna J's video on that concealer, but so far, like, this is all I've been using every day. And so for setting powder, my favorite setting powder has been the No Filter setting powder by ColourPop, and it's the banana powder, because I love the yellowish glow of banana powder. I'm sorry, this is disgusting, because also packaging. I don't know why brands use white packaging, but it gets dirty immediately. Although I am really impressed that the writing on this, I'm sorry, this is disgusting. But the ColourPop writing is still on here, because normally anything that I get from ColourPop, anything, the writing is disappeared off of the packaging literally within the next week, if not a few days. So cheers for that. But this banana powder is fine. It has the perfect amount of yellowness to it. It's not super yellow, and it's not super white like the Laura Mercier powder. For me, I like the setting powder to match my undertones a little bit more and give that kind of inner kind of yellow tinged glow rather than whitish cast. So for me, this has been everything. I tried Cover FX because I wanted to do non-talc, I wanted to do vegan. Cover FX just didn't work for me. I still have it. I like banana powder, that's what it is. And so if Cover FX ever came out with a banana powder, I'd be on it, because I really do want to try to use makeup products that don't have talc in it. I believe this does have talc in it, even though it's vegan and cruelty-free, which is good. So, but yeah, right now this is the setting powder that I have been using ever since I got it. I use it every day. It works for me. My favorite of the year. So fave lip color. One might think that this would be really difficult given the amount of like lip colors and lip glosses that I have, which are not a lot, but certainly a lot to choose from. But for me, it's really easy. And it's gonna seem really boring, or at least it seems boring to me, but it's still Lime Crime Pumpkin. Still this baby right here. I mean, I have, oh God, what other brand of lip colors I have? NARS, Fenty, Pat McGrath, gosh. I mean, I have other lip colors that I really like, but when we're talking about a lip color that I can throw on anytime, not think about it, it stays on all day, there's practically no transfer. It is the perfect sort of like brickish orange reddish color. It dries down immediately, but it is not super drying on your lips. This is it. I love this color. When I put it on, I'm just like, again, like the Fenty foundation. I hadn't worn it for a while. I put it on recently. I was just like, yeah, what? This is my go-to. This is my ride or die. This is the easiest for me because I love the color. It's so beautiful. It's so vibrant, but it's also warm. You know, I'm an orange. I am a warm orange, a vibrant color fanatic. So this is still my favorite. I know I've talked about this before. It's still the reigning champion. Still my fave. So lip balm. Right now I'm kind of in a lip balm conundrum, and by that I mean I am using 3 lip balms currently, and let me tell you how that started. My favorite lip balm of the year is the Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm. This lip balm is just incredible. Like one dab of it and it literally, you can feel the hydration just absorbing into your lips. And it is on the pricey side, but it lasts longer than you might think depending on how you use it. It doesn't seem like a lot of product, but a little goes a long way, and those are my favorite kinds of products. So I was using that, and at the time I couldn't replace it. It wasn't in my budget, and I was desperate because I have to put on lip balm before I put on most lip colors. And so, like I said, I wasn't able to purchase it at the time, so I ended up running to the drugstore and getting an EOS lip balm, which I hated. I felt like it was rubbing brick on my lip at first, and I wasn't into the smell of it. This one is, I don't even know what scent this is. It's pink, maybe it's some kind of mint or some, I don't know. I've gotten used to it now, but since then I've also purchased Korres from Sephora in Guava, and I read good things about this. This is a lip butter. Consistency is really, it really does moisturize the lips. The problem is it leaves this white cast, which I was not happy about. But I just kept using it, going back and forth between Korres and EOS. And then I heard about, I have a friend, my dear friend Cece, who was on a retreat a few weeks ago, and she was posting pictures on IG, and she was raving about something called Vertly Lip Butter. That's this, and it has CBD in it, which I'm always curious and amused about products with CBD in it. So far I have the Kush mascara, I've got my facial cleanser, they all have CBD in it, and so I was just like, oh, let me try that. So I got, I think this is rose, and that's what this one looks like, and it's very, like, the consistency is not stiff, it's very light, which is nice, but it's not ideal for like really chapped lips in my opinion, but I like it. So I have 3 lip balms that I carry in my bag on the daily, and neither of them are my favorite. My favorite is the Fresh Sugar Coconut Hydrating Lip Balm, and at some point I'm going to restock that because it really was my favorite. Like, I picked it up because, again, I was on this whole thing of using products with the least amount of toxic ingredients in them. Before that I was using the rosebud salve, but that has petrolatum in it, which is not good for you. So that's why I had picked up the Fresh Sugar, and I was just like surprisingly really happy with that one. That one is my favorite. These 3 are great, but I definitely want to go back to that lip balm for the new year. So my favorite cleanser has been the Tatcha Deep Cleanse with the Japanese loofah fruit in it, the just small exfoliating like pieces of this stuff that I've never heard of before. Just break down all the makeup on your face. It just melts away. It doesn't have oil in it. It doesn't have, like, I don't know what makes things soapy. It doesn't have that in it, but somehow it's just kind of like slippery and like breaks everything down. And I've only been using the mini versions, and I believe this is my 5th one. I probably need to just invest in the big old bottle. I really do. It's not that expensive. It's $38. For Tatcha, that's not so bad. I don't feel it. It's such a good investment because this stuff is amazing. It's part of my daily cleansing routine that I really enjoy, and I will continue to use it unless something better comes up, and I just don't think that it will. You may have recalled in my skincare, I'm going through horrible acne experience video, that I started using Nola Skinsentials clarifying face wash. It's taken a few months for me to really see the change in my face. I know it still looks pretty bad, but it's actually gotten much, much better. After using this every day, I use it in the morning just to like cleanse off all the stuff that I put on the night before, and I use it at night after I take off my makeup with the Tatcha Deep Cleanse. and I really love it. It's 100% vegan. It is handmade. It is by a Black-owned skin company. I actually just ordered a couple of samples of other skincare stuff from their line that I can't wait to get. I'll report back on that as well. Although it's taken me about a month to really see the difference, I attribute that to what I'm putting in my body and not necessarily that this hasn't been working like overnight. I think you gotta stick with stuff. I think you have to use it for a few months before you can really judge on how it's working. And I think that I'm starting to see results now, so I'm gonna continue using this. And for toner, I bought a whole bottle of like Dickinson's Witch Hazel because I had ran out of my old bottle. And then I found this little bottle of Thayer's at Urban Outfitters. And this is my second bottle. The first one I bought was at Ulta, and this one is lavender. And I like this toner because it doesn't have any alcohol in it. It dries my skin less. It feels so good when I put it on. I think the one I had from Ulta was Cucumber, which was amazing. It smelled so good. The lavender is just as good. This is my favorite toner. Like, I really want to get like a huge bottle. I don't see huge bottles often. I have to maybe go back to Ulta and see if they have like the larger bottle. I've only ever gotten this size, but this is what I really love. I don't even know if I'll go back to using the Dickinson's Witch Hazel just because I think it might be a little too harsh for my skin, whereas this is just, I feel like it's perfectly gentle enough. When it dries down, it doesn't feel like my skin is cracking. It just feels like tight, and I like that feeling. So yes to this, more of this. I don't have a favorite highlighter. I don't have a favorite blush because, as you know, I'm not really into blush, but I'm open to finding a blush that I love. I really am. Yeah, I'm open to it. If anybody has any recommendations, let me know. I don't have a favorite mascara because to me all mascaras are pretty much the same. Honestly, I have not found one that's just like, whoa, I'm gonna stick with this one, or if I go to the store, I'm only looking for that. I don't care. Whatever's there, whatever works is fine. Right now, I am using the mini version of the Milk Makeup Kush mascara. I will say that I do enjoy this packaging. It's very like weighty and industrial. I feel like this is actual like metal, but you know, I don't have any rave reviews about it. It's mascara. I do have a favorite lip gloss though, and that is the Magenta Sapphire lip gloss by Kevyn Aucoin from the Molten Lip Color collection. That's this baby. I mean, this is not an everyday gloss. This is like an every once in a while gloss, and every once in a while, whenever I put it on, it's just magical. It's just so pretty. It has so many like incredibly fine pink and gold shift reflex in it, and I wear it with Oil Slick Lip Liner by Sephora. Every once in a while when I wear it, I just always love looking at myself in the mirror and looking at all the different like sparkles, because it's like, it's got a lot going on it. It's hard to see it in the camera, but it's really special. And as you can see, there's a lot of it. It's like right up here because I don't use it that often because it's not an everyday color, but it is one of my favorite glosses that really hardly anyone really talks about. It's kind of a circus of colors. It's like a disco ball. That's what it's like. It's like a purplish fuchsia disco ball. For setting spray, I recently picked up the Too Faced Peach Mist Mattifying Setting Spray. Again, this is a mini size because I just wanted to experiment with it. It does what it says. It is mattifying, and it is a lot of peachiness. It's definitely peachy smelling. It's funny when I spray my face with this in the morning and I'm just like, ooh, that is a lot of peach. Peach isn't necessarily one of my favorite scents, but you know, I'm not hating it. What I do love about this, what I really love about it, is how fine the mist is. It's also infused with peach and sweet fake cream, which, you know, I don't know if that stuff is necessarily great for your skin, but it sounds nice. It sounds like something I want to eat, and I love eating, so you can always get my attention with putting food in face stuff. So this video would not be complete if I didn't talk about the Blender Cleanser Solid. This is magic. It is just magic. If you have been looking at this and haven't tried it yet and thought about it, just stop thinking about it and just do it. Because part of having or attempting or going for having nice skin is making sure that the tools you use are clean. And I try to clean my brushes and especially sponges, because I use those a lot, with this cleanser at least like, you know, every couple of weeks. And it's so easy. Mine is practically gone already. It has like this thing on the top, which I think is like a thing that you use to like scrub the sponge or the brush after you dip it into the cleanser, which you can't even see it because it's white, but here we go. Like mine is just like on the side now. And it's just like, if you think that your brushes are dirty and your sponges are like irredeemable, and just run it around in here and then run it under water, and it'll be like you just got a brand new brush. It will make your sponges look like you just bought them. No lie, like this stuff is amazing. So some people like doing the laundry. I like taking a day during the weekend to wash all my brushes and sponges, lay them out on the windowsill on a towel for them to dry, and just being so happy the next day when I have like clean tools to work with to put on my face. This favorite thing, like absolute favorite thing of 2018. I almost forgot the one, the only, and still reigning champion of the year. My favorite liquid felt tip liner. Physicians Formula for the win. Bitch, I am about to get my third of this. It glides. It is precise, it is black, and it is affordable. Like, this has been my favorite felt tip liner. I've talked about this, I know I have. I don't have to say too much. I'm just saying that I thank Asia Jackson for this recommendation, because this is how I judge things I really love. This is how I know what my favorites are. When you have already purchased, when you are already getting ready to purchase your third product of any brand, that's when you know. This is what I use every single day. I don't think about using any other. I don't think about, ooh, let me experiment with this. Let me try this though. Let me look at this one. I watched a review about that one. Maybe that one will work. No, I'm happy that everyone finds whatever works for them. This is what works for me. It's called the Eye Booster 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eye Serum. Again, I am not sure what any of those things mean. I just know that it works like a dream for me. After I put on the base foundation of concealer and I set with powder and I do whatever eyeshadow look I'm doing, this still glides on over all of that stuff. No skipping, no patchiness. It's just beautiful. It is like a calligraphic pen. With other eye felt tip pens, this little tip here, it always gets like fluffy or like nubby, or like a little hair will get caught in it. And that's just the end of it for me. Like I just know it's going to make me work harder because of that failing. This doesn't do that. It's always like this until it runs out, because it's a tip, but it's also a brush. It also has fine hairs in it. So yeah, I can't even believe I was about to forget. I was about to not do this. Look at that. Look at this. That was an accident. Look at those strokes. Look how precise. Look how sharp. Okay. I'm done. So that is it for my 2018 favorites. Let me know what your favorites have been, skincare wise, makeup, anything else, music, books. I'm gonna be starting Michelle Obama's Becoming book this week. I'm so excited to get it. I started reading it just in Barnes & Noble and I love it already. I'm like in a couple of chapters in. She's still a child. I love learning about the things that, you know, formed her very, very early on in her life, and it's really well written. Like I feel like I'm sitting with Michelle Obama, like listening to her voice, like hanging out with her. So I'm really excited about that. A really good friend of mine started a book club on Facebook so that we can discuss it, and I think the 2020 interview was just incredible. I was blown away by her candidness about infertility challenges and smoking pot and meeting Barack and you know, the longevity of that marriage and how they're still really like hot for each other. I just think it's so sexy and so sweet. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for that read. I'm reading about 5 other books right now, which maybe I will talk about in another video, but that is the newest book that I'm about to read. So that's it. The holidays are right around the corner. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, enjoy your family and your friends and your loved ones, and I will see you in the next video. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment.